You know Ragnar Lothbrok, right? The Viking king from the series? The warrior who terrified Europe. The man who sacked Paris and challenged entire kingdoms. But have you ever stopped to wonder if any of that really happened? Or, better yet, if Ragnar truly existed? It all begins with a boy, the son of a king from the north. According to the sagas, his father was Sigurd Ring, a Swedish king, which made Ragnar a prince, noble blood, raised from an early age for the sword, for the sea, and for the ancient stories of the gods. They even said he descended from Odin himself. But having royal blood in those days meant almost nothing. The north was divided into dozens of small kingdoms, each one with its own lord, each one hungry for more land, more gold, more power. Being the son of a king gave you only one thing: a place in line. And Ragnar was not the kind of man to wait in line. He wanted more, and he was willing to take it. Ragnar was young when he first took up arms, and quickly it became clear he was no ordinary warrior. The sagas say he fought with a rare mixture: courage and intelligence, strength and cunning. He started small, raids against neighboring kingdoms, lands to conquer, enemies to defeat. It was during one of these raids that he met a woman who became a legend in her own right. Lagertha, a shield maiden, a warrior who fought on the front line beside men. The sagas say she fought with her hair loose over her shoulders, and that no one who saw her in battle ever forgot it. Ragnar won her the way he won everything, by fighting. And with her at his side, he kept going. Victory after victory, Ragnar's name grew. He defeated lords, united kingdoms. Lands that had once been divided began to answer to a single man. The king's son, who had once been just another man in line, became a true king. King of parts of Sweden, Denmark, Norway. But conquering the north was not enough, because Ragnar had heard of lands beyond the sea, rich lands, full of gold, and almost undefended. In the year 845, a Viking fleet sailed up the Seine River, toward the heart of the Frankish kingdom, toward Paris. In the chronicles of the time, the leader is called Reginharus, a Latin form of the name Ragnar. And what happened was not told by poets centuries later. It was recorded by those who lived through it, Frankish chroniclers. The fleet, said to be 120 ships, descended on Paris, and the city had no way to resist. The Frankish king, Charles the Bald, had an army. He had walls. But before the Vikings, he did the only thing left to do. He paid 7,000 pounds of silver, almost 2.5 tons of the metal, one of the greatest fortunes ever handed over to an invader, just so they would leave. And they did. But the message was carved into all of Europe. Stopping the Vikings would cost either a lot of money or a lot of blood. But the peak never lasts forever. Ragnar conquered much, but conquest leaves marks. Throughout his life, the sagas say he had several wives, and from those unions, sons were born. Not ordinary sons, warriors. Ivar the Boneless, brilliant and ruthless. Bjorn Ironside, Sigurd Snake in the Eye. Each of them growing up to become as feared as their father, or more. And there lies the poison. Because as his sons grew in fame, Ragnar grew old. The great king began to feel his own name being overshadowed by his own sons. Men no longer spoke only of Ragnar, they spoke of Ragnar's sons. And for a man who had built everything on pride, that was unbearable. Ragnar needed to prove that he was still the greatest. So he sailed to England, to the kingdom of Northumbria, ruled by a king named Ela. But this time, Ragnar's luck ran out. A storm destroyed part of his ships. His men were slaughtered. And Ragnar, the terror of Europe, was captured, alone in the hands of the enemy. King Ela now held a living legend, and he wanted to make an example of him, a death the world would never forget. He ordered Ragnar to be thrown into a pit filled with venomous snakes. The serpents covered him, biting, poisoning, slowly killing the most feared man in the north. And with the venom already running through his veins, he spoke the words that would seal the fate of an entire kingdom. How the little pigs will grunt when they hear how the old boar suffered. The news crossed the sea and reached his sons. The sagas say each one reacted in his own way, but all with the same cold certainty. Their father would be avenged, and not with a raid, with a war. In the year 865, something England had never seen before arrived on its shores. Not a band of raiders, an army. The chroniclers called it the Great Heathen Army, led by the sons of Ragnar, Ivar the Boneless at the front. They did not come to raid and return home. They came to conquer. Kingdom after kingdom fell, and they found the man they were looking for, King Aelle, the one who had thrown their father to the serpents. What they did to him became one of the most brutal acts of vengeance ever recorded. Aelle's kingdom fell, and the great heathen army changed the map of England forever. Ragnar's death did not weaken the Vikings. It unleashed the greatest invasion the island had ever seen. But do you know the strangest part of this entire story? Maybe Ragnar never existed, at least not as one single man. The great sagas about him were written in Iceland, more than 300 years after his death. And the records from the time, written by chroniclers who lived through the Viking terror, never mention one single Ragnar who did all of those things. They mention several leaders with similar names scattered across decades. Many historians believe one thing, that Ragnar was not one man, he was several. The deeds of dozens of warriors stitched together over the centuries into a single hero.